My community-based research project took place at the Assiniboine-Weenawuk Nation, particularly in the Sousa Creek community. Assiniboine-Weenawuk Nation is made up of 6 Aboriginal communities located in the Grand Cache area. The 6 Aboriginal communities are the Muskeg CP Cooperative, the Sousa Creek Cooperative, Grand Cache Lake Enterprise or Kamisak Development, the Victor Lake Cooperative, Joachim Enterprise, and the Windiandi Cooperative. The members of these communities are considered non-status Indians and are descended from the Cree and Beaver tribes. These Aboriginal peoples originally lived in the Jasper area prior to 1910. In 1907, the Canadian government decided to establish the Jasper National Park. Then in 1910, the government evicted these people from their lands with a promise that if they relocated, they would be left alone. The Assiniboine-Weenawuk, or the Rocky Mountain people, relocated to the area of Grand Cache. Then in 1969, the town of Grand Cache was established, with the main goal of developing a coal mine. Again, these people's lives would be disrupted, another broken promise from the Canadian government. The development of 2 more parks would take away even more land from the Assiniboine-Weenawuk. Despite this, they continued to live on the land near Grand Cache. AWN has stated, "A strength within remained, despite overwhelming odds, and with no ongoing financial support, the community formed the modern-day Assiniboine-Weenawuk Nation of Canada in 1994. I was extremely honored to be chosen by the Faculty of Law to take part in the first ever Wahkohtowin Project Intensive. I was able to spend 4 days immersed in the culture, where I learned to tan hides with elders and members of the Sousa Creek community. They were very welcoming and loving people who made me feel at home. I was able to develop connections with the people, showing us how to tan hides, and decided to ask 3 individuals from the community if I could interview them. The things I have learned from this experience will forever stay with me. To be immersed in the culture and the language was an honor, as it made me feel proud of who I am. I interviewed 3 community members during my stay in Sousa Creek. These people are Vicky Winniandi. Vicky is a member of the Sousa Creek community where she lived her whole life. She has 5 sisters and 3 brothers. Vicky is a very loving woman who provides a loving, sober home to not only her children but also other children in the community. Mary Ann McDonald. Mary Ann is also a member of the Sousa Creek community and is Vicky's sister. She has 4 children. She works as a community liaison for Alberta Health Services. You can often find Mary Ann hard at work with a contagious smile on her face. She has a very outgoing and fun personality. Mary Ann is a very caring woman, a woman you can talk to about anything. Mabel is a respected elder in the Sousa Creek community. She is 68 years old and still does hide tanning every day. Mabel has 14 siblings, with 5 siblings still living. She is a very loving, gentle, and kind woman, and I call her Nukang. While there, she showed me a belt made of porcupine quills that was given to her mother long ago. Her mother passed when she was 94, so that belt is very old. It was an honor to hold it and see the amazing quill work, which is something I will forever hold in my heart. All 3 women stated that they feel it is important for the younger generations to learn Cree. All 3 women are fluent speakers, and all the elders in the community are also fluent in their language. Mary Ann stated, "It's important for the young to learn their language in order for the connection to be unbroken between elders and youth. That way, the way of life can be preserved by oral teachings between the 2 generations." They also emphasized the need for youth to learn to live off of the land as a means of survival. The survival of the culture and the language is also important to revitalization in keeping these teachings alive. These women also expressed the need for the youth to also be educated in the Western education system to reduce some of the struggles people in the community face. Western education was viewed as a means to find a job and make a living, but also as a tool to reclaim land and status. In other words, if we as Aboriginal peoples know the Western system of education, we can use that to our benefit to create changes for our peoples. I've learned that these women saw the importance of being educated in both systems, whatever world you live, the Western or the native world. An Aboriginal person could adapt to whatever world they were in as a way to survive. While there, we lived the concepts of Wakutuin and Mio Wichituin. We learned about our connection to the land and animals and each other, and we developed good relationships. I learned each individual had gifts to offer the collective group. We had to all work together in order to get our task done. We were treated as equal, all working together, and no one was higher than the next person. When the elders spoke, we listened. I went there to learn how to tan hides. What I didn't know was that I'd gain not just friends, but more family members. I also learned that as an Indigenous researcher, I am personally responsible for my actions and must acknowledge that responsibility and take the necessary actions to treat people I work with respect. As external researchers, we must treat the peoples or communities with respect, reciprocity, and relationality. Dr. Evelyn Steinhauer has stated, it means that the researcher must know the cultural protocols, values, and beliefs of the Indigenous group with which they are studying. And as Dr. Cora Pillwax-Weber says, a researcher must make sure that the 3 R's, respect, reciprocity, and relationality, are guiding the research. Respect, reciprocity, and relationality are needed to maintain meaningful and trusting relationships. I gave each woman I interviewed tobacco, a blanket, and thanked them for their time. I later felt like I failed to give them enough, considering all that they taught me during the 3 days I was there. No words could describe the gifts they have given me. It is an experience I will never forget. As I write my paper, I now have a tremendous obligation to return the same respect to these people as they have shown to me. I will be forever thankful for everything they have taught me in such a short amount of time.